Hi, this is Dan Bullard, retired electronics engineer. This time I'm up at the fire pit. We have a fire pit up here on the property. We have a locked gate. It's a gated community, and we have our own fire pit. It's a great place. I wanted to mention, I just found this. This is an osprey feather. This is from an osprey. Ospreys are kind of like eagles. They fight with the eagles all the time. They both eat fish, and the eagles like to steal fish from the osprey. But it's cool. It's illegal to own this, but I'm not going to keep it. Anyway, I want to talk about the last video that I made. My wife had an interest. She's back there making a fire. I want to talk about this last video that I made. She had an interesting comment. She says, well, I always thought it was the area you were talking about was a little piece that's removed from the waveform, like the peak or, you know, the zero crossing or the inception point, as Joe Biden would call it. But I'm talking about the same thing. Never ever forget Law 4. Law 4 seems so, you know, who would ever care about Law 4? Law 4 says that the spectrum of the part removed is the same as the spectrum of the part that it was removed from. So if you clip the top or bottom or both off of the sine wave, the spectrum of the sine wave, now with the parts removed, is exactly the same as the spectrum of the parts removed. Exactly. And that's really cool. What's different is that the phases are exactly 180 degrees out of phase. So that's why it's really cool. If you do anything to a sine wave, and if you get the spectrum of the resulting wave, you'll get the fundamental, and you'll get the harmonics that go along with it, that are caused by the removal of that piece. But if you do an FFT on just that piece, you'll get the same spectrum minus the fundamental. Exactly the same spectrum. So never forget Law 4. It seems inconsequential, but it's absolutely, totally useful. Never forget about it. I mean, it's easy to forget about it because you don't see it that often. But when I talk about a sine wave and the spectrum of the sine wave with pieces removed, it's exactly the same as pieces that were removed. So when I talk about area, I'm talking about either the area of the waveform or the area of the piece removed. And the area of the piece removed is what causes the harmonic signature. And that same exact harmonic signature happens to the waveform with the piece removed. So Law 4, never forget Law 4. It seems inconsequential, but it's extremely important. Okay? She's getting it going there. It's great. We're going to have a Friday night bonfire, and she's really good at this. I used to be good, but she doesn't allow me to do this because if I stand up back there and try to stuff things in the fire, I'll fall over and fall probably into the fire. And, you know, that's COVID. That's what happened with COVID. So I can't do it anymore, but she's taken over for me. She's really good. She's really great. Anyway, so I hope that clarifies it. The area that I'm talking about is either the area of the part removed or the area of the sine wave with the removed part. So they're the same thing. The harmonic signature is identical. That's Law 4. Never forget Law 4. Anyway, so we're going to have a bonfire. Once again, from the river. It's right back there. This is Dan Bullard. See ya.